The New York Times once called my next guest the Michael Jackson of Christian music. Now she's equally successful in the world of pop. Yeah, you can clap. She deserves it. Yeah. Performing her hit, which will go #1 next week, Baby Baby, from her current album, Heart in Motion. This is Amy Grant. When I saw the rundown for the show and it said that you were singing Baby Baby, I thought somebody had made a mistake, you know? And then I realized, well, not only was it different than I thought it was as a song, but it's about a totally different gender than I thought. Why don't you explain that whole thing?
Well, the song Baby Baby, the music was written by Keith Thomas. He was up there playing with us, and I asked him, you know, begged him, can I please sing that song? And he said, sure, why don't you write the lyric, but you've got to call it Baby Baby. You know, and my whole background for 10 years has been in gospel music. And I mean, going from, you know, Christ is the King to Baby Baby was kind of, you know, it's like, is there some middle ground we get in here? And anyway, and so I just worked on the song and worked on the song. And I kept trying to picture a man, you know, and somebody being really romantic. And I just kept picturing like this dumb, overgrown jock. No vocabulary. Hey, baby. Anyway, and one day, my daughter, I have a little girl that's 6 weeks old. She was 6 weeks old at the time. She's not in the time warp. She's gotten older now, but at the time, I walked in the back door, and she was just the perfect inspiration. And I just said, oh, baby, baby, and sat down at the kitchen counter, and in about 10 minutes wrote the song.
the conversation we're about to have, I've had with groups like the Winans, who do gospel music, started in gospel music, and still do it and stay firmly rooted in their spiritual beliefs, but for some reason come up against criticism for what they're presently doing. Are you having those kinds of problems? I saw your video, and it's an interesting demise.
Let me get my dictionary here.
I'll tell you what, let's look at the video real quick.
Great.
Okay,
yeah.
Sandy, just a little piece, a little bit. Just a little tiny piece. A little bitty bit, a little tiny bit. Yeah.
Honestly.
They like it.
It could have been really, really sexy. I mean, it could have just gone over the edge. You could have been in it. And that would have just like, then that would have gone.
No. But how are people responding to this?
Honestly, just overwhelming response. And I thought, you know, this is something kind of different. I wonder if my audience is going to hang with me. And unless somebody is doing an incredible job screening my mail, they are liking it. And it's just been a lot of fun. So.
Yeah. You're actually branching out in many ways, still trying to help, though, within your music. I noticed one song is about abuse, in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't trying to say, gee, what social issue can I approach, you know? But you're talking about the song Ask Me.
Yes.
There's a song that talks about a little girl that was the subject of sexual abuse, and the whole song came from one day I was out at our farm. We live out in the country, and a friend of mine was out, known her for years, and we were just taking a walk, and you know, it got toward the end of the day, and the conversation became more vulnerable, and the next thing I knew, she was telling me about the over 10-year period of her childhood that she was abused by several different people, a relative and a couple of people on her street. And I mean, you couldn't have shocked me more if you had taken a bulldozer and shoved it into my stomach. And and that night I woke up, you know, I kept waking up picturing her as a child, as a little girl, and then just tortured by, you know, there's so many children that are continually in that circumstance. And so I wrote the song because that's just kind of my approach to life, is to write. It has been since I was a kid. And I never meant to exploit her experience, and I wasn't going to put the song on the album, but I made a copy for her, and she just said, hey, this is a lifeline for me, and would you sing it for everybody else? So, you know, songs come from interesting places, and usually for me, they're from real-life situations that I can't get away from.
Yeah. Well.
Hey, can I say something?
Absolutely.
Also, there is a number, because this is such a prevalent problem. And can I give a 1-800 number?
Sure. This is the place.
Okay, cool. Where am I looking? Hello?
Anywhere you want to look, they'll find you.
Okay. 1-800-4A-CHILD, just like the words for a child, is a number. If you're in that situation, please don't be isolated by it and call for help.
Yes. This is Amy. Give it up.